am super passionate and devoted of helping business owners become the obvious choice, especially if you have a 4.8 5-star rating on Google. We know how hard it is. You guys know how hard it is. And I've been amongst many of businesses that understand and they struggle to keep the consistency. They work really hard for their business. But here's the thing you don't know. You're being misled and you're being seen as your negative competition. So the competitors that are in your industry that do a bad job, they're speaking for you. Now you might be hearing this and it's like, who is Shawn? How long has he been doing this? And what gives him the credibility to be offering such, value, and can he back it up? I am the founder of Storyline Marketing. It's an advertising agency where our premise is we help you align your story with your marketing. I've been advertising on the internet for a very long time, and now it started in I grew up with MySpace. I'm 29 years old. I'm in chapter 29 of my life. I built a Facebook page back when the Miami Heat had LeBron James, and that was my first time messing with Facebook advertisements. I'm not sure exactly what year that is, but I remember very vividly asking my mother for a credit card to say, hey, I can help make money if you could put your credit card on Facebook. And this is probably, again, I'm 29, so this is probably 2008, 2005, between there, because that's when we just moved, based out of Detroit. As you can see, I'm a Lions fan. And that was the first time that I was messing with Facebook ads or messing with a Facebook page. And since then, over a decade, I've worked with small businesses, even here in the Valley, Complete Rehab. They have a facility out in Queen Creek. We helped them go from $800,000. They reached out to us when they were at $800,000 at the beginning of 2024. And at the end of 2025, they eclipsed $1,074,000. And it was with the start of doing productions like this. So when it comes to the content element and when it comes to running ads, you all need these things, but a lot of you guys are lacking the structure and the guidance. And that's what you're going to get working with this trade trusted package here. When you follow the playbook, we're going to not only run your advertisements, but you're going to also get access to the studio, and or as well as we have a team where they will actually come to you, to your facility, and actually interview you as well. But most importantly, document the process of how your staff operates and even how you might interact with customers. I'm excited because all of 2024, I traveled all across the United States seeing home service and automotive businesses where we would do a production. And in that production, we would therefore film the current business that repair business has. Companies like Tennessee Standard Plumbing, they're a $10 million a year business out in Knoxville, Tennessee, great individuals. And then I've worked with a lot of automotive shops like Dave that owns Speedy Root Motorsports. He's a client of ours, and we did a production in August where he flew me out there and we did a blitz production. And I'm sharing this for the reason of a lot of businesses are lacking heading into 2025 as they were in 2024. You're going to learn how you can really implement the right content so you are the obvious choice. And this is important for many reasons, but the number one reason is this. The number one reason is because consumers don't know how or who they should choose when they see 100 HVAC companies, 100 automotive shops. Some of you guys have reached out to me. A lot of you guys have reached out to me, and you guys don't necessarily know who I am, but a lot of you have been seeing the retargeting ads from Storyline Marketing. And if you're familiar with that, I want you to be excited, because those same retargeting ads that you're seeing, that's not on purpose. That is on purpose. That's very intentional. And I'm going to tell you exactly how we can do that for your clients with the right content, because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of you guys use CRMs, in this case in the automotive industry, and the CRMs that you're using, they're posting out generic content. Now, I don't say this to diminish whoever's running that right now. I say this because you need to increase the emotions of the advertisement so you can yield more of a result. But not only that, you need to track that result. And so with that being said, this playbook of what you need to capture is what's going to unveil that new revenue from social media. If you're watching this in your repair business, you need to start capturing content. And this is what we help you do when it comes to the marketing packages that we're exclusively working with repair businesses here in the Valley. We don't script things, we prompt you. I'm prompting you on the things that you already have answered, all the way down from all the way at the top as a business owner, and then all the way at the bottom, in this case, the most important piece, your customers. And then who's in the middle? You have your staff, and then you have your techs who are providing the service. And you doubling down and investing into this is going to help you go to the next level, because consumers can feel and sense if somebody is very authentic or not. They know when somebody is having them feel as if they're being sold to, or do they actually have someone to care? And again, repair businesses is what this is directed towards, because repair businesses, you can't necessarily replace that. The interactions of people that have that consumers that have with your techs or your service writers or your CSRs on the phone, that first impression is important. That inspection is important. That overall interaction of how they are being felt when they are being responded to, if they're getting questions answered, or are they being guided through the process, matters. And there's a lot of business owners that are speaking for you, the great business owner that has a great reputation. And so it is imperative for you to jump into this chair, hire a production crew like we've done for Anthony, and help that disconnect and help it become connected. And what do I mean by that? There's a lot of questions that your consumers have that we found with Anthony that we answered via video. Anthony's ads since 2022, we've created 10 million views via advertisement. So what does that mean? So ever since we've been working with them, and we did a production in September of 2022, we filmed 3 days, and out of those 3 days, we filmed, I say, 12 to maybe 15 hours of content in 3 days, September of 2022. And the first commercial we created was this brand identity video, where that's the video that people see on this website. That's the video that's posted and pinned at the top of his page. That was the video that put him on the map, where 90 days after that, again, he's never seen a $40,000, he's never seen more than 40 grand a month in revenue. And 90 days after that, 90 days from October 10th is when that ad started, he doubled his revenue. January of 2023, he went from 40 grand a month. And then January of 2023, we generated and helped him increase his revenue and added an additional $37,000. He did total that month $80,000. He's never done that, and he's been in the area for nearly 10 years. And since then, we've made commercials for his market every single month since then, and 550 grand is what he did in 2022. And in 2023, we helped him yield $1.2 million. He hit $1 million in October of 2023. And that was the fastest he's ever accumulated $1 million. Before, it would always take maybe leaning into a 2-year period. And then, drum roll please, to end 2024, he did $1.6 million. His value went up of people, what they willing to pay him. Why? Because we build the best trust in his market. Every day that you post that generic content is a waste of time. It is a waste of time to not be capturing the business that you are fulfilling amongst your staff. If you're doing those type of numbers and you want to grow and you want to have growth per quarter or per year, every time you have those meetings about your marketing budget, you need to consider, are we having the best strategy possible to help us go to the next level where people are thinking of us top of mind? I like to say the obvious choice. The obvious choice, it is blatant that they respond to their comments. They have content that actually has interaction. It actually has emotion attached to it. People actually are searching you up. Most importantly, you have video testimonials of actual clients that love, know, like, and trust you and appreciate you, where you can leverage that and people can resonate and emotionally connect with it, where they're just calling you and they're ready to pay you. You want to learn how to spend your marketing dollars better. You need to stop what you're doing and see how we can clarify and make clear of how you can spend your advertising dollars better than what you're doing, because it's moving fast and you need an expert. You need a team of experts, and the team here is here to help you here in the Central Valley. And most importantly, let's make sure we align your story with your marketing. And let's start with that scheduled demo call. And most importantly, let's make you thrive in 2025.